Michael, when people ask me how we met, I cannot wait to answer. Our story is truly one of a kind and uniquely ours. The last few months that we spent in Australia together laid the foundation in which we have built our relationship on. It's crazy to think about all the decisions that were made by each of us to finally sign on the dotted line to study abroad at the University of the Sunshine Coast in Australia for spring semester 2012. If one of us had done anything slightly different, we might not have ever crossed paths. Luckily, fate brought us to the same school at the same time, 10,000 miles away from home. Although life has gotten way harder and busier, one thing has always stayed constant, and that is my unconditional love for you. Over the past 7.5 years, you have brought out the very best in me. I know this because you have guided, encouraged, and supported me in every decision that I have made. I knew you were the one that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, even before I left Australia. You are truly my best friend and my better half. I cannot wait to see you today, my love.
Dear Jessica, can you believe today is finally here? It feels like just a few months ago we were eating pizza for breakfast and drinking wine out of a cardboard box. And now 7 years later, we're getting married. I'll never forget, as the last few days of our trip to Australia drew near, I knew I needed to make a decision. What were we going to do when we got back home? This is never going to work. This is a waste of our time. But what if it did work? What if it wasn't a waste of our time? I couldn't get those thoughts out of my head, and I knew I'd never forgive myself if I gave up without trying. I'm thankful every day that you gave us a shot, that we gave us a shot. I love most that we share the same goals and aspirations, to travel the world, to fill our house with as many pets as possible, to make sure you always get the last scoop of peanut butter but all the jalapenos end up on my plate, and to make sure we never miss first pitch, puck drop, or kickoff. In the past 7 years, you've made me a better man, and I can only hope it's prepared me to be as good of a husband as I know you'll be a wife. You've changed me from being someone who loves his alone time to someone who loves sharing his alone time with you. I'm so excited to continue our journey together, because in my eyes, our journey started 7 years ago. But now we celebrate. Don't forget what our friend Mac told us. Life couldn't get better. This is going to be the best day ever.
You look unbelievable. Amazing. Love you too. You're shaking.
No.
Why are you shaking?
I'm shaking all day.
You have to give me, why? You have to give me a kiss. You look amazing.
Thank you.
How do I look?
Very good.
All right.
It feels like it was just yesterday that you were a baby in my arms. I remember looking at your precious face and wondering where life would take you. Today, as I reflect on the person you have become, I realize you have exceeded all my expectations. Knowing now that the outcome is so incredibly sweet, I would do it all again in a heartbeat.
Well, it all started in the land down under. Michael and Jessica, I now want you to take time, pause, look back, and smile at all the moments that brought you here. Now take time and look ahead at all those moments that are still to come. Love is an experience of writing your own story. It's not one moment, it's not even this moment. It's the big ones like saying I love you, moving in together, getting a couple cats, getting engaged, but mostly a million little ones that come in between the big ones. May every blessing and grace be yours. May the rain wash away any worries you may have. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. I therefore, by the power granted to me, pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Wagner.
I don't remember being 3 or what it felt like to meet my baby sister for the first time. I'd like to think that it was love at first sight, that I had found the missing piece in my life, but I've seen enough home videos to know that that just wasn't the case. I'm so happy for you today as you become Michael's wife, but even more excited for the marriage you start today.
He used to call me Furball and make fun of my mushroom cut, which I thought was cute. Jess, we loved you from the start. You fit seamlessly in with all our friends, fiancés, our wives, our girlfriends, and on behalf of all of us, we love you forever.
He's the backbone of our friend group. There's 15, 16 of us. He's the backbone of that friend group. He's the foundation of our group. No matter what anyone can say about him, it's always positive. But Jess, thank you for somehow finding Mike in a different continent bringing him back home to be somewhat normal and maybe just a slightly better haircut from when he landed in Australia.